What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be bringing you another YouTube video, and I just have to say before we get into this, if you want to see any more amazing Fortnite content, then subscribe to the channel. I will be trying to post multiple times a week, and it would mean a lot to me since we are trying to hit 300 subscribers. And yeah, basically today's video is going to be on my 2 wins that I got yesterday with Mason. I recorded them from my Xbox because I wasn't actually recording. I wasn't expecting to do this well. But we got 2 basically back-to-back wins, and I recorded the last 5 minutes of each game. And I thought while the video was happening, I would tell you a little bit about Fortnite and how to do really good, especially when you're playing with a partner or a squad. Now, we're going to go through like a couple main topics that might help you win. And the first one, very obviously, being stick close to your teammate. Unless you are a god, like Ninja and Dakotas and Daquan, some of the best like names in Fortnite, it is super important to play very smart with your team. Now, very smart doesn't mean play boring, camp in a corner. You can rush, but make sure you're rushing and it's kind of coordinated. You know where your teammates are so they can get your back, and you have a whole firing squad already shooting up the people that you want to kill. It's really unsafe to go in 1v2 because you never know how that is actually going to work. And yeah, that's the first main thing. Wherever you go on the map, make sure your partner's in the same building, or at least is looking over you to make sure that if you do get in a gunfight, you will have backup. Another super key thing in this is obviously taking the high ground. Taking the high ground is something that is actually not very common in Fortnite. I know it is a lot more PC than console, but since I play console a lot more than PC, I can assure you that even on console, building up is so important. If you're running towards somebody, even if they're not facing you, it's always good to at least try to build up a couple ramps, because if you have the high ground, that'll change everything. It'll catch them off guard, it'll make them scared, they don't know where to shoot, they don't know when you're going to peek out. It's just super important to have, and you can see in our games, whenever we won, I'm pretty sure at least one of the games, we had the high grounds in a very small zone, and they couldn't do anything. They were just down below, they were stuck, they didn't know what to do, and that's like a super important part about Fortnite, is having the high ground, being able to look down on your enemies, because at that point, they're basically hopeless, and that's exactly what happened in these 2 games. Also, the third thing is make sure you pick your shots well and come in at a good angle. If they are waiting for you, and they have the high ground, never rush them. Stick with your teammate, of course, and try to flank them, or make one teammate rush and the other one stay back, so they're getting hit from multiple angles. But you can see in the one game that Mason somehow clutched, I rushed at a horrible angle. I launch padded to his little, like, he didn't build, but he had natural cover. I went over to him with his land. He knew exactly what it was like, exactly how to hold it down. And I was super excited. It was 1v2. I thought we already had this shit. So I just launch padded in, and I got killed. I almost ruined the whole game. We had a really good game. It was like a 9-kill duo win in the end. But I almost ruined it because I got way too impulsive. I jumped in, horrible angle, wasn't with my teammate, broke both of the rules that I just mentioned, and I died. And it was all up to Mason to clutch, and somehow on like 10 health, he pulled out an insane clutch. An insane clutch, and I was watching his health bar the whole time, and I'm like, okay, we lost, but somehow we pulled it off. That was super sick. And those are just a couple of the tips I have to say. There will definitely be more updates being covered on the channel, more tips, more fun videos for you to watch. So again, please like and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. And before I let this the rest of this video play out, just make sure everything you do in Fortnite, you gotta think about what you're doing before you just jump into something. Whether it's something simple like moving to the next zone, moving to the next location, it's always important to make sure you have resources on deck so you can impulse build and like build right away when you're getting shot at. It's always important to try to avoid the low ground. So if you're running in a valley between 2 mountains, you're just gonna get shot down at lots of the time. So you really want to avoid that. You just try to want to go and do everything the best you can. When you loot, if it's wide out in the open, build a little base around you before you start looting. Build around the supply drop. Whatever you can do to cover yourself, get in between the enemy, and make sure that you and your buddy, or even if you're solo, have an attack where you feel the most comfortable. Because when you feel the most comfortable, your shots don't go everywhere. You're confident, and you will win your gunfights most of the time because your aim is better when you're under control. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm just gonna let the rest of the video actually play out my other rest of my game, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you later.